Bem-vindos. Eu queria ver o copinho aqui que ele tá tomando.
It's Wilkes. Looks like he's hitting the hard stuff a bit early.
Provavelmente eu vou pegar a impressão digital dele dali. Vou falar com o moço aqui.
Monsieur Knight? Oh, did you hear the news most horrible? They say at the armchair they find 2 dead bodies. Oh, I shudder to think on it. Oh.
It does kind of suck, doesn't it?
Oh, monsieur, you so mildly are putting it. I am relieved I saw no such thing. And lucky for you, monsieur, that you stay at the hotel this morning.
Uh-huh. I have a way of missing the boat. Is that all you've heard about it?
Ah, who could talk of such things? The guests, I believe they are all most traumatized.
Maybe not all of them.
Você não tava reclamando que não acontecia nada nessa cidadezinha?
Have you noticed anything peculiar going on with the guests?
Besides the Mademoiselle Butin, the guests are all of the foreign persuasion. Peculiar is not a word Jean allows himself, compris?
Compreendo. Ok, compreendo. Alguém tá aqui comendo uma coisinha? Sabe? Não? Ok. Tá. Eu posso entrar de novo na cozinha?
I don't need to go back in the kitchen.
Você tem certeza? Bom, anyway, pelo menos eu deixei uma das portas lá aberta. Bem que eu não sei, acho que as pessoas vão destrancar depois, sei lá. Vou falar com o Mosley.
I'm not sure what I'd say if he came to the door.
Ué, como não sabe?
That's the Mosemeister's room.
Ok. E se eu fizer o seguinte? Cadê aquele copo? Aqui. Se eu usar o copo...
I don't want to spy on my door.
Ah, tá. Essa é a sua porta, ok?
I don't think anybody's in there.
E aqui?
I don't think anybody's in there.
Não tem ninguém?
I don't think anybody's in there.
Você tá ouvindo... Aqui. Ele tá ouvindo do jeito errado, na verdade. Ele tá botando o bocal na orelha. Tá errado. Que foi? Tem gente aqui, bate na porta.
I'm not sure what I'd say if they came to the door.
Tá, beleza, vamos... Será que eu devo avisar o príncipe que os homens dele morreram?
I'm not sure who to call.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbuster!
Yeah, I should call him. Maybe I'll check the crime scene out first, though, so I can give him all the details.
Tá bom. Agora o cara se juntou.
At least Wilkes found someone to drink with him. I don't think I'll get much out of those two, not with the stuff they're sipping.
Esse é justamente o melhor momento. Ok. Bom, então simplesmente esse galo aqui andando randomicamente.
Ooh, reminds me of the present.
Tá. Então vamos
I'll
sair.
go get the Harley.
Qual que é o lugar? Isso aqui é o quê? Comfort de cadeira do diabo aqui.
There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Sei.
There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Será que eu devo... Eu não tenho o papel aqui. Tá, ok. Tá. Le Fête du Diable. Vamos lá.
Wow, pretty damn grim.
Christ! Did you do that on
Not
purpose?
at all.
So what the hell's up with this? I'm guessing these are Prince James' men. Am I right?
Yeah, for once.
Oh, so how'd they end up grinning with their larynxes?
Sorrindo com a laringe, boa definição.
They did run a flagpole up the Abbe's butt. Maybe he did it.
He mentioned something on the tour about not having a car.
It could be a ruse.
Could be, but he doesn't look strong enough to handle these two. They're not exactly lightweights.
He did seem intimidated at the church. He could have called someone in, though.
That quickly? I suppose it's possible. Take a look around, see if you spot any clues.
Pera aí, não terminei de falar com você não, tio. Agora
About
tá
who
deitadinho.
might have done it.
Yeah, and?
Não, não é pra... Vampiros.
Could be vampires.
Yeah? Not the kind what's-his-face wrote about.
That would be Stoker, Bram Stoker.
Thank you. Not the kind Stoker wrote about. Take a look at these guys.
Turismo.
Notice anything suspicious when the group saw the dead bodies?
Madeline sure as hell didn't want to leave. She looked like she was just itching to check things out. Fortunately, that Howard lady was throwing a hissy fit. Maddie didn't have much of a choice. Not sure why she'd be so interested in a couple of dead guys.
Oh? And why are you so interested?
I'm helping you.
Tá. Vamos olhar pros cadáveres. Nossa.
I don't see any blood.
Yeah. Weird, huh? Throats opened up like a Christmas package and not a drop of the red stuff anywhere.
It's Prince James's two men, all right.
Eu sei. Deixa eu ver esse aqui. Ó o óculinho.
That must be the so-called armchair they're laying in. There's no blood on the clothes.
Ok. Vamos ver aqui. Tem alguma coisa? Ah. Quem mandou ir embora? Eu achei que era outra parte da área. Tá. Tem alguma coisa aqui? Ah, não. Achei que era roxinha. Ará!
Shit, Mose, get over here.
What is it? Is that what I think it is?
I think it's what you think it is. Looks like it. Ugh.
Provar?
No way.
Cheirar?
What's it smell like?
Not much. Earthy. Dead. Anyway, sure doesn't smell like wine. Considering how friable the ground looks, I'd say that was a lot of blood soaked up, wouldn't you?
Yep. Maybe even all of it.
Which explains why there's no blood near the bodies.
Yeah, but geez, I thought the voodoo murders were strange. What do you make of this? Neat little piles? You know, like Felix Unger meets Freddy Krueger?
They obviously drained the blood here on purpose. The question is, why?
At least it rules out vampires.
Not necessarily. Maybe they're just picky eaters. Sticky. And red. There are 2 slightly curved indentations here.
Footprints?
I don't think so. Wrong shape.
So what are they?
I wonder what those indentations are from.
Foi.
Knee prints, of course. The assassins must have made them kneel, and then...
But there are no other prints. There should be some sign of a struggle, or at least the footprints of the assailants. Victims just wouldn't kneel down and be cooperative. Huh, Knight? What about the assailants?
Tem mais alguma coisa pra investigar aqui? Isso aqui é só... Ok. A arvrinha, alguma coisa aqui? Não? Não. O que tá escrito aqui?
I'm reading, but I can't see as it actually says anything.
Um antigo trono pagão ou uma ação do tempo? Le Falbre du Diable é uma das atrações preferidas dos caçadores de tesouro de René Chateau, ok?
Nothing on there tells me why the killers picked this spot to dump the bodies. That must be the so-called armchair they're laying in.
Tá, ok, mas... Tem alguma coisa na...
Hey, Mose, come here.
Yeah.
Ah, olha aqui, ó.
There's scratches on the rock. They're old, though. Probably not related to the murder.
Será?
There's scratches on the rock. They're old, though. Probably not related to the murder.
Aqui, ó.
There's scratches on the rock. They're old, though. Probably not related to the murder.
E o óculos? Não consigo pegar o óculos. Deixa eu ver se consigo falar mais com ele.
About who might have done it.
Yeah. And?
Não sei. Os sequestradores?
It had to be the kidnappers, don't you think?
If so, they're a hell of a lot nastier than we thought. And weirder. This is no ordinary killing. Look at them.
Tá. Então... Não, aqui eu saio. Cadê o lugarzinho? Aqui. Vou chamar ele aqui de novo.
Hey, Mose, come here.
Yeah.
About who might have done it.
Yeah. And?
I haven't got the first clue who did this.
It's too bad. Look around. Maybe something will come up. An idea, or your breakfast, one of the two.
Ok. Tá faltando mais alguma coisa pra eu investigar aqui. Ok. Mais assim, tem as marcas de pneu. Mas eu não sei qual... Ah, esse aqui é outro caminho? Deixa eu ver. Tá, 2 caminhos diferentes. Não. Ué. Se eu tentar vir pra cá. Ah!
That's the car Prince James's men arrived in. Mallory and McDougal could have parked the car here, but I don't know why they'd bother to hide it. It's more likely that the killers stashed it here. Maybe they grabbed Mallory and McDougal somewhere else and brought them here to be executed.
Por que tanta lentidão pra falar sobre a respeito?
Those tracks were definitely made by this car. I don't see any signs of a struggle in there. Don't think I need to search it. Mallory and McDougal could have parked...
Tá. Tem certeza?
I don't see any...
Tá. E se eu tentasse...
I'd like to know where all Mallory and McDougal went last night. Maybe tire tracks like these would help, if I could compare the tread. I'd like to know where all...
Tá. Tá, achou o carro deles.
I'd like to...
Tá. Tá, deixa eu sair. É a mesma marca de pneu?
There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Não é a mesma do...
There are some tire tracks in the dirt. There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Tá. Ok, será que eu tenho que ficar dando uma voltinha por aí até descobrir? Bom, vamos então, né? Deixa... Os caras falaram com o sujeito lá em cima. Aqui, ó. Ah, marcas de pneu.
There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Eu tô precisando...
There are some tire tracks in the dirt.
Será que eu tô precisando copiar alguma coisa assim? Tá. Porque eu não sei. Tá. Se eu falar, ó, os caras com quem você falou ontem à noite, se muriaram.
Yes. Well, come in, Mr. Knight. I'm afraid I can only spare a few moments.
I appreciate that.
Os caras
You
morreram.
know, a friend of mine, Grace, she drove into town yesterday with a couple of guys. Friends of Prince James of Albany. Real nice guys. Scottish, I think.
Ah, ele deu uma
Mallory
engasgada.
and McDougal, I believe their names were.
Are you going somewhere with this, Mr. Knight?
I was wondering if you knew him.
No, I'm afraid not.
Mente mal, hein?
Perhaps it's unclear who I'm talking about. You must know them, because after they dropped off Grace last night, they came here. I saw you let them in.
2 men.
2 men. Last night.
Yes, a car did stop here last night. They asked directions. They were only here for a few minutes. Is there a problem?
Not for you, I suppose. Do you have any idea where Mallory and McDougal are now?
No. I gave them directions and they took off again. Have you seen them?
Yep,
Oh, where?
they're dead. Their bodies were found at the Devil's Armchair, just down the road.
My God.
You seem surprised.
Of course I'm surprised.
About those two men who stopped here last night?
Yes?
This may sound strange, but I was taking a walk by the parking area next door, and I thought I saw you all exchange an awfully complicated handshake. For two guys who stopped for directions, that is.
How dare you spy on me? I want you to leave. Now!
Are you a Freemason, Mr. Chester?
Now! Or must I call the police?
I think you know those men and Prince James. And I think you know the real reason those men were here. I'm trying to help Prince James myself, even if that means pissing people off.
Mr. Knight, I haven't the slightest idea who you are or what you're talking about.
Right. Uh-huh. Well, thanks for your time.
Ih! Ele provavelmente vai ver que a minha foto ainda tá... Minha foto não, mas minha moto ainda tá aqui. Vai, meu filho, vai. Vá com Deus. Vá com Deus. O amor ele está aqui. Vá com Deus. Gabriel, o cheirador. Esk. Esk. Esk.
That guy needs some Prozac. I wonder what he's looking for.
Ele tá olhando pra lá, né? Quer dizer, não necessariamente aquela direção, né? Mas essa pedra amarela aqui. Zone out. Oh, abade aqui. Eu acho que ele tá falando com esse cara aqui, talvez, fazendo sinais, algo assim. Apesar de eles não serem da mesma ordem. Essa montanha aqui. Nada? Tá, ok, isso aí. O que você tá
He's
procurando?
already pissed enough.
Ok. Tá, beleza. Onde eu saio? Ah, tá. voltar pra casinha dele. E vamos agora invadir a casinha dele. Aqui. Tava esperando há muito tempo por esse momento.
Yeah, I could stick my finger in there if I wasn't picky about scarred tissue.
Ainda bem que é um cabide de arame, não um cabide de...
Now, if I can just press the alarm button. 2 a.m. Got it.
Ué? Ixi, cai lá dentro.
It's a clock. An alarm clock.
Tá, pra tocar as duas. Tá, mas e aí? Arromba a porta?
I could break in, but something tells me he'd know who did it.
Tá, ele botou o negócio pra despertar às 2 da manhã. E aí?
It's not gonna be that easy.
Onde é que tá aquele negócio lá de... Aqui, ó. Pronto.
That's not gonna help me with that window.
Não? Ok. Que tal a gente usar a sua faca? Oh, caramba.
Nope, those don't work together.
Tá.
There is a hole in the window, but it's not a very big one.
Eu sei, isso eu já sei, Gabriel. O inferno. Vamos dar uma pasada nisso aqui, então, ó.
Nope, those don't work together.
Óbvio, né? Tá, então ele simplesmente viu que o relógio tá pra despertar às 2 da manhã. Tá, ok. Bom, então... voltar lá na cadeira do diabo. Aqui, né? Deixa eu conferir um negócio. Ah, eu tenho um negócio de desenho agora que eu vi, caceta. Peraí. Não tinha reparado, eu tava pensando no da Grace.
I can't get enough detail from the tracks in the dirt.
Ô, caceta, então usa pra pegar do próprio pneu. Ah, agora sim. Ok. Cadê a marca aqui?
I sure would like to know what Mallory and McDougal did.
Tá. Ok.
Nope, those don't work together.
Não?
I'd like to... Nope.
Tá. Ele óbvio... Deixa eu só confirmar com isso aqui.
Same tracks. The car was driven off the road here.
Ok. Então agora vamos pra casa lá do cara. Cadê? Aqui.
These tracks are from the two Freemasons' car, all right, which makes sense since I followed them here.
Sim, mas São recentes? Ou pimbosca? Tá. Ok, então... Eu vou ter que ficar andando de lugarzinho em lugarzinho até eu achar o negócio? L'Hermitage. Negócio aqui. Tá. Tá certo. Deixa eu voltar a falar com o Mosley. Eu acho que talvez se eu virar e falar pra ele que, ó, foi o cara lá do... Será que tem mais alguma coisa aqui pra eu ver?
That must be the so-called armchair they're laying in.
Peraí. Peraí, calma.
It's Prince James's two men, all right.
Eu sei, eu queria... Tem algo no rosto?
It's Prince James's two men, all right. They've been drained, all right. Right into the ground over there. Almost seems to be something symbolic about the gesture.
Deixa eu ver o rosto desse outro aqui.
They've been drained, all right.
Tá.
Hey,
Let's look around and talk. Let's look around and talk about stuff as we find it.
Tá certo. Ok, o que mais falta eu ver aqui? Peraí. Deixa eu chamar ele pra cá. Bem, a não ser que eu pense, daí ele chega a alguma conclusão.
this M.O. with the blood is too weird. It's gotta have a purpose.
Com certeza.
Hey, Ma.
Tá, ok. Será que agora...
This M.O. with the blood is too weird. It's gotta have a purpose.
De novo? Ah, diferente, diferente. Ah, eles estavam flutuando, por isso que eu
Wow,
achei pegadas.
What?
Man,
What?
nothing. Must be my imagination.
Man, you're even weirder than you were back in New Orleans. You know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
Tá. Então, eu vi os caras flutuando, agora eu já tenho certeza que era vampiro.
Let's look around and talk about stuff as we find it.
Tá certo, já... Que... Certo. Assim... Agora eu já sei que...
I'm not sure what I saw, but I sure don't want to see it again. This M.O. with the blood is too weird. It's gotta have a purpose.
Tá certo. Tá, vou sair então... Deixa eu sair fora. Eu vou ligar pro
I think
príncipe.
that's about it. Guess I'll head
Ah,
out.
ok.
Sounds good to me. I'm surprised the cops haven't shown up yet.
Oh, they will. And I'm sure they will appreciate your thoughtful protection of the murder scene.
Hey, Madeline.
And what are you doing here, Monsieur Knight?
Why don't you call me Gabriel? This monsieur stuff is so French.
All right. What are you doing here, Gabriel?
I came to keep
Gabriele.
Moe's company. He's a bit squeamish, you know. Never could stand the sight of blood.
Shut up, you hoser.
I am beginning to think there is more to both of you than meets the eye.
Oh, there's more, all right. In my
Not you animal.
head. So what brings you here, Madeline?
I came to wait for the police. They are French police, after all. So you and you, Monsieur Mosley, may feel you have done your duty. Au revoir. À bientôt. Toutle ou.
Your wish is my command.
By the way, Gabriel, can you tell me the two dead men's names?
Me?
I saw you and your little girlfriend talking to them last night in the parking lot.
Oh, see, Gracie, my assistant, caught a ride with them from Paris, but she didn't know them.
That sounds very odd to me, but perhaps the police will be more understanding.
Oh, come on. There's no need to waste their time. Maybe you and I can go over it more thoroughly later.
Very well. I look forward to it.
See you, Madeline.
Toodaloo.
Hey, could you... Shit. Give me a ride, will you?
Get on. Just make sure those hush puppies don't mar the chrome.
You used to be a lot funnier. You know that?
And you could touch your toes once. Shit happens.
Nossa, ele sentou bem em cima da pá. Ok. E assim, você já não reparou quem foi que estragou tudo? Que foi o Gabriel? Porque ele tá com a Harley? Hein, senhor grande detetive? Quer dizer, ele não é um detetive, ele é só um policial.
Oh, Mr. Baz, I'm so sorry. What a klutz I am.
It is quite all right. I was not paying attention.
Oh, no, it's my fault entirely. I was worrying about something else and not watching at all.
And Lady Howard, is she recovering?
Yes, she's resting quietly. Thank you.
I am very glad to hear that. Good day, Miss Styles.
Good day,
Escondeu
Mr.
atrás das
Baz.
costas. Alright. Ok. Bom, agora eu tenho que ligar pro príncipe. Falar do falecimento. Só que tem momento.
Stewart residence.
Mesme, this is Gabriel Knight.
Hold on, please. It's him. Mr. Knight?
Hello, Prince James. I'm afraid I have some pretty bad news. Sir, your men were found dead this morning.
I see. Yes. It's horrifying news.
I can tell you everything I know about it.
Please, do.
Well, they left here last night about... drained into the ground. We found 2 pools. Well, hell, it looked ritualistic to me.
Lord. I just don't understand.
Nor do I. But the killing still revolved around blood. I think that...
Mesme and I were just discussing this. You see, I have certain affairs which you know nothing about, and I'm not inclined to involve an outsider.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that picture. But if I'm to...
That's why I sent my own men down there. Now this, frankly, I don't know what to do. My son's life, my son's life means everything to me.
I know.
And Mesme thinks you'll be able to do some good. So I'll ask you to keep your eyes open, at least until further notice. But that does not mean intruding on. Please, just try to stay focused on finding the child.
Sir, I'd be a lot more successful if you told me
Né?
everything.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight. You'll hear from us soon.
God.
Ok. Vamos sair. ele já enfiou na bunda.
I don't have anything else to say to him. Buccelli and Wilkes were sitting there.
Esse é o copo do Wilkes, né?
I don't want to take the dirty glass.
Tá bom, então vamos simplesmente pegar a impressão digital.
I could, but Emilio might find it a bit odd. I'd better wait till he leaves. No doubt he will. The guy gets around.
Meio inquieto, né? Ok. Será que tem alguém aqui? Acho que ninguém tá a fim de almoçar. Tá. Ok, vamos então voltar para nossa base de operações aqui. Ah, finalmente ela desocupou o computador.
I know it's difficult, but come back from the light, Gracie. Come back, come back.
All right. I was almost done anyway.
So what's it?
Hey, kids.
God.
What? You guys weren't about to discuss the case, were you?
Oh, go on, Grace. Tell us about the book.
Okay, check this out. Talk about wild. It ties together Freemasonry, the Templars, this group called the Priory of Sion, and like this bizarro theory about the Holy Grail. Well, what do you want to hear about first?
O que eu perdi que ela descobriu sobre o Priorato de Sion?
What's this got to do with the Templars and the Freemasons?
Okay, according to the book, the Templars were the founders of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And when they were persecuted, some of them fled to Scotland and changed their name.
What's that got to do with Rennes-le-Château?
Only that whatever is going on here, the Freemasons are obviously still involved. Some secret knowledge must have been passed down through the organization.
So, what's this Grail theory you mentioned?
Okay, now, the Grail. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
The Grail is supposed to be a vessel, right? Like a cup, and it contains the blood of Jesus.
Yeah, go on.
The book suggests that the Grail is an allegory for an esoteric secret, a secret so heretical that it had to go underground throughout the Middle Ages. It was passed along as the legend of the Grail.
And that secret is?
That Jesus had descendants. The Grail itself is an allegory of the womb of Mary Magdalene. Okay. In other words, her womb, right, the cup, contained his blood, or rather bloodline. His heirs.
Get out of town.
Kinky.
Sion.
I'm not sure I want to know, but who or what is the Priory?
The Priory of Sion is an offshoot of the Templars. See, they split off before the Templar persecution, way back in 1188. The Priory returned to France from the Holy Land and set up a bunch of monasteries here.
What's that got to do with now?
Well, the Priory still exists, and they seem to have some kind of major agenda going on with Rennes-le-Château.
Here's a random thought. That whole argument between Prince James's men and the Abbé, if the men were Freemasons, could the Abbé be Priory?
Maybe. But I was thinking that Montreux might be Priory.
Montreux? I'll have to check it out.
Besides, if the Priory and the Freemasons are both supporters of the bloodline, why would they be ripping each other's throats out?
I don't think they're that friendly, Mose. They may have started out in bed together, but that doesn't mean they always agree.
Oh, kind of like the U.S. and England.
Reagan and Bush.
Hardcastle and McCormick.
Siegfried and Roy.
All right, already.
Que merda foi essa? Eu não acredito que eles fizeram isso. Ah, essa me quebrou. As comparações.
Is anyone actually buying this stuff about Jesus having descendants?
Sounds pretty Looney Tunes to me.
Whether it's true or not is not the point. The point is these secret societies believe it, in a big way. Okay, look, Mary Magdalene came here, right, after the crucifixion?
That's what they say.
Okay, so She brings the kids, or maybe she's pregnant. Her descendants intermarry with local nobility and become the Merovingian dynasty.
The Merovingians are supposed to be descendants of Jesus?
Yes, and the Catholic Pope betrayed and murdered them, but some of their line survived.
You're losing me.
Sorry, Mose, I'm on a roll. Okay, so the Merovingian survivors hid in this region and had backers here. Well, it could explain why so many heretics kept cropping up in the Languedoc, like the Cathars and the Templars, and Rome kept trying to wipe them out to bury the secret of the bloodline.
Gee, those wacky popes, you just can't trust them.
Maybe it's those funny hats, you know, all that weight up there on their head.
Fine. I'll shut up now.
What's this got to do with the Templars and the Freemasons and Priory of Sion again?
They're all supporters of the bloodline, dedicated to getting the bloodline back on the throne. The Templars were probably founded to find proof of the bloodline's genealogy. That's why they were excavating under the Temple of Solomon. And the Crusades would have been the perfect cover.
Proof? Like what? A 2,000-year-old birth certificate with the father listed as the son of God?
Jesus was of the royal house of David, and if he had children, it would have been in the temple records.
If the Priory and the Templars were both supporters of the bloodline, then how come they split up?
I don't know. Maybe they had a falling out.
Like Martin Luther and the Catholics.
Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel.
The professor and Mr. Howell.
Don't start.
Ok. Ok.
So what's
Que bom
the
que eu tô jogando a
Priory's
versão em
agenda
português.
in Rennes-le-Château?
I'm not sure exactly. But whatever it is, it probably has something to do with the bloodline.
How does this relate to the treasure?
The authors think Saunier found the Templar treasure all right, but it wasn't gold. It was ancient genealogy charts from the Temple of Solomon, which Saunier then used to, get this, blackmail the Catholic Church. Or maybe he sold the documents to people like the Priory or the Masons.
Well, it's a theory. Was there anything else I should know about the book?
Oh, maybe just one small thing. Listen. Many of the prominent families in Europe today claim Merovingian descent, including the Habsburg-Lorraines, Wittelsbachs, Plantards, and Montesquieux in France, the Sinclair family in Britain, and the Stuarts of Scotland.
The Stuarts? Prince James is a bloodline descendant?
Holy genealogies, Batman.
Whoa, it does kind of change the whole picture, doesn't it?
I really need to go.
You catching a train?
No, I just,
I still want to read a bit more. So let's meet back here at 5, shall we?
Sure. See ya.
Ok. Agora eu posso usar o computador?
There's something up with him.
Go figure.
Go figure. Ok, vamos usar o computador agora. Adorei. Inserir aqui, né? Não, é. O negócio do pneu, né?
I don't think I need to
No?
scan that into Sydney.
Tá bom. Tá bom. Peraí, só um minuto. Deixa eu só dar uma salvadinha. Ok. Agora que eu tô pensando, essa musiquinha aqui, tan, 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 na verdade é a mesma música que toca no Grey Matter, eu acho. Gabriel Cheirador. Vamos voltar aqui. Que sei lá, vai que dá uma porcaria. Lista de suspeitos.
Gracie entered these last night.
Tá. Abrir arquivo. Vai. consigo, tipo, vincular a pessoa. Ok. Tem uma arma. Madeline. Um abade. Eu descobri que é um abade agora. Abade. Vincular. Finge não ser do Vaticano. Ok. Agora, Lady Howard. Abrir arquivo. Não, esse é o da Madeline. Peraí. Abrir arquivo. Ah, isso. Abrir arquivo. Lady Howard. Vincular. É uma atriz? Oh, Aris não, atriz? Cara, eu tô com uma raiva, o meu teclado mecânico, a tecla T tá dando problema. Qual outro que eu preciso ver? Assim, Vittorio Buccelli. Ah, não! Nossa, confundi, agora que eu vi, eu tô fazendo... Não. Confundi, peraí. Confundi. Bom, anyway. Tava pensando que era o... Enfim. Anyway. Tá certinho, tudo certinho. Vincular pessoa. Vittorio Buccelli, aqui, ó. Finge não ser do Vaticano. Aqui, agora sim. Agora vamos voltar aqui pro Abade Arnaud. Que eu só corrigir aqui. Ele é Priorado de Sião. Ok. Tá. Que outros arquivos eu tenho aqui? É mesmo, eu ainda não li isso aqui. Pera aí. Tá, ok. Já tá ok, feito o vínculo. Ok, agora deixa eu ver arquivos. Deixa eu dar uma olhada.
I can't think of anything to do with that file. I'll let Gracie deal with it.
Tá bom. Então, esse aqui.
I can't think of anything to do with that file. I'll let Gracie deal with it.
Tá bom, então
I'll let Grace do the research stuff. She loves it.
Tá bom. Ok. Bom, encaixei todas as coisinhas. Aqui ela só tá lendo. Tá, beleza. E agora que... Dá um ESC aqui, vai. Ah, não, entrei no banheiro. Não era no banheiro que eu queria entrar. Vamos ver se aqui embaixo já tem... Cadê? Hã? Peraí. Tenho a impressão que tava ouvindo um somzinho específico de algum lugar. Não, acho que é impressão minha. Vamos ver se eu já posso pegar a impressão digital. Aí! Caixinha. Aí.
Got it.
Nossa, puta dedão.
This print doesn't look anything like the one I got off Puccelli's suitcase. It must be Wilkes's glass. I'll mark it.
Ah, alright. Beleza. Ah, sim, para caso talvez tenha confundido, né, com alguma... Ah, tem um negócio que tem que falar com o John.
Say, John, do you guys do wake-up calls? Maybe you could have Simone buzz the room for me about 2 a.m.?
Certainement.
You won't let me down now, will ya?
Oh, most assuredly, monsieur. I forget nothing.
Ok, forget nothing. Ok. Forget nothing. Nothing. Forget nothing. Ah, e a garrafa dele aqui? Bebê?
Syrup water and Mosley saliva. Ooh, yum.
Aqui. Vamos pegar a impressão digital dele também, que ele também chegou aqui meio suspeito. Não quer abrir muito o jogo. Qual foi, hein? Aqui, achei. Aí. Não foi? Aí.
What the hell are you doing?
Playing harmonica.
Okay, stupid question. Why are you taking Mosley's prints?
The guy is about as innocent as a French dance troupe. I don't know what he's guilty of, but he's guilty of something.
He's not on Sydney's suspect list.
Well, gee, guess he can't be a suspect then, can he?
Meaning that you can't scan that print in. Leave it on the desk and I'll add him in later.
Tá bom. Ok. Uma coisa que eu até agora não usei, o gravador do Gabe. Aqui, ó.
Grace has been working on our procedure for cases. She wants us to take fingerprints, use this new program called Sydney, and do all this sort of, you know, official crap. So I don't think I'll record my conversations this time around, but I might be able to find some more creative uses for my tape recorder.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Ok. Tá certo. Acho que eu já entendi. Eu devia ter pego. Eu acho que eu devia ter aproveitado e deixado um gravador lá pra eles. Agora já foi, cara. Assim, não dá pra ter tudo também, né? Da próxima eu jogo com um guia do lado. Da próxima eu jogo com o guia do lado pra fazer o 100%. Ok. Suspeitos. Lista de suspeitos. John Wilkes. Clear. Wilk. Vincular. Cringe. Ok. Agora eu vou precisar fazer um negócio de reportagem do New York Times. Se bem que ele não tem muito bem a cara, né, do negócio do New York Times. Ok. Não, na verdade... não, agora não é a hora. Eu tava lembrando que eu ia fazer um, mas... tem que alguma coisa trigar, que eu não sei o que é. Acho que eu vou ter que sair e procurar pessoas.
It's the French police. Say, that reminds me of a joke. Nah.
Bom, imagino que eles não queiram eu me metendo no lugar. Deixa eu vir pra cá. Eu vi alguém andando. Acho que vai passar por aqui em algum momento. É isso. Olha quem tá andando sozinha, sem a Lady.
Estelle stopped in the middle of nowhere, as far as I can tell.
Eu não posso pegar a impressão digital dela que ela botou a mão aqui?
I don't see anything. These textured handles aren't great for prints.
Tá, ok. Olha, tô vendo um...
I don't see any prints.
Deixa eu pegar.
I already got a pair.
Tá, ok. Pra que lado eu vou? Já aparece aqui. Oh!
Looks like we got us another treasure hunter.
Ué, mas isso já não estava implícito?
Hi, Estelle. Everything okay?
Did you follow me here, Mr. Knight?
Me? Uh-huh. I just stopped to see if you needed help.
I do not need help, but thank you for your concern.
Don't mention it. So, how come Lady Howard's not with you? Kinda joined at the hip, ain't you?
She's had a very difficult morning. I would have stayed with her, but time is of the essence.
So, what's out here?
You can see for yourself.
Doesn't look like anything to me. But then you wouldn't be here if that was the case now, would you?
Some people don't care to tell other people their business.
Oh, that's kind of rude, isn't it? It was a perfectly friendly question.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that Lily really prefers we keep our business to ourselves. Some people can be ruthless, you know, particularly...
Men?
Well, now that you've said so yourself.
Okay.
I don't believe in the treasure myself. All that stuff about ciphers and nonsense.
Saunier didn't conjure that money.
Well, I'm not saying he didn't find something, but what if he took all there was?
I don't believe it. There's got to be something here, and
And we've got to find it? Why is that, Miss Styles?
It's none of your business. I'm sorry, but that's all I'm going to say about it.
Tá bom. Ai, ainda bem que
How
só
did you meet Lady Howard, anyway?
Her family was the largest landholders in my village. I knew her growing up, of course, but we never played together. She made quite a name for herself on the stage, you know, when she was younger.
Huh.
And I was working in London myself as a nurse. I went to see her perform. Well, we became friends. When my father died and left me the cottage, we moved back to Hampstead. It's not exactly the manor she was born to, but it was sold years ago. Ironically, it's on the market again.
Ah, acho que elas querem comprar a casa dela de volta.
Does Lady Howard still perform?
Well, she's taking a break from her career.
Acho que ela simplesmente não está sendo mais chamada para
So
qualquer...
this is the spot you and Lady Howard are betting your treasure hunting dollars on, huh?
Really? I wish you wouldn't ask such things.
Hey, just curious.
Tá certo.
Looks like we got us another treasure hunter.
Tá, queria ver o mapa dela. Tá certo. Eu não lembro de qual... Ah, não, não dá pra vir... Pera aí, calma.
There's nothing here but trees.
Tá certo. Eu acho que eles queriam fazer uma floresta maior aqui, mas acho que não ia renderizar com os computadores da época, ia ser muito pesado. Botar mais árvores pra ser realmente um arvoredo. Dá pra vir aqui em cima? Não. Oh, meu Deus do céu. Ah, tá, só... Deixa eu ver. Nada aqui, aqui... Tá. Estação ferroviária. Idade. Lemutage. Home salt. Isso aqui é o quê? Ah, o Chateau de Serres. Túmulo de Poussin. Por que eu vim aqui? Eu ainda não vim aqui como Gabriel e nem pude explorar muita coisa. Aqui.
That's the tomb the sign mentions. Must be some famous person named Poussin buried there. somebody wrote wuss.
Wuss.
Must have been looking at Mosley at the time.
Nossa senhora, olha o
That's the
ritmo de
tomb the
pessoa.
sign mentions.
Ah,
Must
só
be
falar a
some
mesma coisa que
famous
ótimo.
person named Pooh Sand buried there.
Tá certo. Tá. Vamos lá. Então vamos agora na vinícola.
They're closed, and I don't think it's worth breaking in just to taste some wine.
Ah, acho que valeria a pena se o vinho for bom. Com licença.
Je regrette, mais nous sommes fermés.
I have no idea what you just said, but
Yes, what is it you want?
What is it I want? Oh, good question. Let's see. I deserve that.
Mereceu. Ok. Acho que é aqui que eu tenho que fazer a identidade falsa.
Hey, that should work.
É. Peraí, mas eles têm... Cadê a impressora? Cadê a impressora, senhor Gabriel? Nossa, já veio até plastificado, hein? Ó. Aí sim. Beleza, vamos voltar lá.
Yes?
Sou jornalista.
My name's Knight. I'm a reporter. I'm doing a feature on Languedoc wineries, and I'd love to include you in my spread.
I'll see if the chateau owner is free.
Oh, que brilhinho.
Bonjour, Monsieur Knight. I'm Excelsior Montreux, the owner and viticulturist of Chateau de Serre.
Nice of you to see me, Mr. Montreux. I should have made an appointment, but I get better results just knocking about. The best places don't advertise.
Ah, well, how true. Now allow me to take you to the wine tasting room. Marceau?
What would you like to serve, sir?
Ah, are you a red man or a white? No. Let me guess. Red, yes?
Gosh, it shows, huh?
Do you like it dry?
Oh, hell, I'd drink dust if I could.
Well, let's see then. Perhaps the 76 Merlot.
Yes, sir.
Um momento, eu achava que o Merlot, ele vem de um local específico, não necessariamente... E não é qualquer um, que nem champanhe, não é qualquer um que pode fazer champanhe. Você pode fazer espumante, mas champanhe é só da região de Champagne.
I'm terribly sorry that you caught us unprepared today. We were about to shut the main gate.
Everything's all right, I hope?
Oh, yes. Here, anyway. The constable called a little while ago. There was a murder in the vicinity last night.
A murder?
It's very unusual, I assure you. But I suppose even here we're not immune. Oh, well, we should let it breathe for a moment.
Right. Nothing worse than suffocated wine.
Não sabe beber vinho, né? Ele obviamente percebeu que você não manja muito de vinho, né?
Are you from this area, Mr. Montreux?
Yes and no. I grew up in Paris, but my family has owned this estate for decades. My wife and I permanently settled here some years ago. Children do take pleasure in the country air.
Oh, you got kids?
Oh, yes, a beautiful daughter who is away at school, and my firstborn son, Enoch. He's 12. Have you children?
No.
But you must. Oh, children are every man's right to immortality.
Well, it's not the kid part I mind so much as the marriage part.
Oh, no, a wife need not be a burden if she knows her place. Her role is to serve you, after all, to care for home and heirs and leave a man to pursue nobler things.
Boy, do we live in different worlds. What kind of training do you need to be a viticulturist?
The lessons I consider most valuable came from my father. He was quite a master.
What exactly is viticulture?
You are a wine critic, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's your definition?
Well, to me, viticulture is about breeding, and I don't mean the mechanics of grafting. Grafting is only a tool. What's meaningful is the essence of the two vines you're combining. There are literally thousands of grapes, and most viticulturists choose from well-known stock. But my father always bred his own grapes, and has passed down some very rare species.
I'm fascinated.
Really? Well, I don't want to bore you.
I'd like to hear more about your breeding program.
Breeding?
You won't reveal my secrets?
For my ears only.
Very well. The secret is in mixing the best strains, of course. But there is an art to it. My father taught me to visualize the ideal grape. Once you can visualize this perfect fruit, you can analyze even the best stock and see where it is lacking, in color or body, for example. Or perhaps it could be just a touch sweeter or lighter. And the trick is to find a grape equally fine, but one which is perfect in exactly those areas which the first grape is flawed. The marriage of these two vines will produce an heir. And then this heir undergoes the same process, you see.
Don't you ever get where you're going?
Eventually. But even in the interim, your grape will soon be far superior to anyone else's. Try the wine, Mr. Knight.
Dando a balançadinha. Ah, a cicatriz no braço dele.
Wow, that's good.
This fruit did not come about by accident. It is the result of thousands, even millions of crossbreedings. Everything that it is today is a result of that hereditary tree. Don't you think it is ironic that a grape or even a dog or a cat should be so carefully bred, but that most humans depend on such a silly thing as love?
Then again, there is something to be said for spontaneity.
Ih, já tá ficando
Is
bêbado.
there?
Deixa eu falar sobre o cálice. Deixa eu falar sobre o
Do
tesouro.
you believe the stories about a local treasure?
Indeed. It is in my soil, monsieur.
Ah, interessante a concepção dele.
I ran into an interesting tourist angle today. Seems the Holy Grail is supposed to be around here.
Oh, the Grail is a marvelous legend. But most stories are ignorant of the true meaning of the Grail. You see, the Grail has far less to do with Christ than with an idea. The fountain of youth, the eternal flame, the philosopher's stone.
All of those are related to the Grail?
Oh, yes, the Grail is that thing, that one thing, or whatever symbol you use for it, that represents completion, perfection, the absolute. Do you understand now?
Well, no, not really.
Turning base lead into pure gold, that is the alchemist's aim. But it's not about real lead and real gold. It's symbolic. Man is the lead, God is the gold. Man to God, that is the alchemist's goal. That is the Holy Grail.
Huh. But I thought with the Grail, it was actually the blood in the Grail that was the immortal thing.
Well, of course. The blood is the elixir of life, the juice of the forbidden fruit.
The juice of the forbidden fruit?
No, never mind. Dusty old theories are a hobby of mine. Let's stick to the wine, shall we?
Claro. Os carinha
Do you know anything about the murder?
No, not really. There were 2 men, neither of them from here by the sound of it.
Agora é só falar de uva.
You know, hearing you talk, it reminds me of something. What is it?
Alchemy? The transmutation of the philosopher's stone?
Nope, that's not it. It was Ask Mr. Science. Y'all get that program here?
Oh, meu
Television? I'm afraid not.
Well, they had this bit about DNA. Kind of how DNA has this funny pasta shape, but it's really billions and billions of instructions, kinda. You get into DNA with your breeding program at all?
Actually, DNA is an interesting issue, Mr. Knight. Did you know that the magic alchemists used was based on an intuitive understanding of the principles of DNA?
I'll be darned.
But to answer your question, no. I have my own ways of testing the vines, and they're far older and more traditional than DNA testing. Excuse me. Allo, ici Exception. Ah oui. Préparez Enoch pour sa leçon. Forgive me, I'm afraid I must return to the house. The news of the murder has quite upset my wife. Besides, my son awaits his afternoon lesson.
Well, thanks for the interview, Mr. Montreux.
You're most welcome. Au revoir, Mr. Knight.
Kind of a nice fella.
Só porque você bebeu, Gabriel. Será que agora eu posso xeretar coisas aqui?
Where the hell is a universal skeleton key when you need one?
Né? Tá certo. Acho que não tem mais nada, vambora. Eu deveria ter gravado alguma coisa, não sei. Eu tenho a impressão que alguma coisa ficou faltando nessa entrevista. Eu lembro que ela era mais longa.
So where's Mosley?
Hey guys, it's 5.
Thank you, O guardian of the clock.
Okay, don't start, you two. I want to hear what happened.
You mean at Chateau de Serras? You're right. The guy's probably into one of these secret societies. You should have heard him go on about alchemy, but I don't know. He seemed more bookish than anything.
I say anyone who's involved with these secret societies is a big suspect.
Speaking of which, Larry Chester is definitely lying. He said McDougal and Mallory just stopped by last night for directions. I couldn't get him to crack.
Who's this? Chester?
That's right.
Interesting. I'll get started on the treasure angle. Check out the museum and church tonight. That book really got my juices flowing.
So that's what it takes.
Huh?
So, are we gonna eat or what? I'm starved.
Well, actually, Grace and I had talked about catching up.
That's okay, Mose. I want to stick with my research for a while. Why don't you and Gabriel go?
I can wait till later if you...
No, I think that's a great idea. In fact, I think we should be going right now, shouldn't we, Mose?
See ya.
See, Grace, maybe after dinner?
Nossa. Começou, pois, Salomão a edificar o templo do Senhor em Jerusalém, no Monte Moriá, que tinha sido mostrado a Davi, seu pai, no lugar que Davi tinha disposto na eira de E começou... Tá, ok. Vamos escrever aqui. Gracie. Nossa, vai em maiúsculo. Tudo bem, não tem problema. Ok. Só... Ah, tá, não teve nem nada. Ok, então a gente continua no próximo vídeo. Até mais.